All right, guys. So right now, what are we doing? We are doing a Batman Hush 2 art review. Now, this is just so the Batman issue one. I think that's 162. Yes, it is 162. It's by Jeff Loeb, Jim Lee, Scott Williams, Alex Sinclair. The reason why I picked this up, obviously, is because um, Jim Lee was the man who really started me on my art career. As far as the influences that I have, definitely came from him. And I hear a lot of people talking about the different style in his art right now that they're seeing. And I think I understand what it is, and they feel like it's underwhelming to them. I don't believe it's underwhelming. I just believe that he's changing up some of the techniques. Um, and if you noticed, there's two things I always look at when I see Jim Lee's art, from X-Men to Superman to Batman Hush, right? And there's ways that you can always identify in an artist's signature on a piece. And right here, we're seeing very little of those pieces. Now we could turn the page and we're going to see, I'm going to type and get the full view. And what's happening here is it seems like some of those signature pieces that we're used to seeing, you hardly see them here, right? There's a cross hatching here, right, that you see all the time, okay? And it's right on Nightwing's right arm. See those little lines, like a cross hatch line? Some of these run into cross hatching lines, some of these don't. They're just, you know, diagonal lines. And it really pops out. It makes Jim work looks identifiable immediately. But if you look down at the Batman and the Barbara Gordon Batgirl, right underneath that, you don't hardly see any of those lines. And you think, okay, well, maybe it's because they're smaller, and maybe that's it, you know? So if we scroll over again, which a lot of this is pretty interesting, but I don't, now right here, we only have these diagonal lines, or these straight up and down lines here, uh, over the back side of the body and underneath the arm and at the legs. And that's because that translates to movement, okay? And when we see this movement, what happens is we actually, we register it in our brain. Our brain goes, oh, that's movement. But those signature pieces that we see from this cross hatching here, which you see a little bit of it just above his belt, that's usually a lot. It's usually a lot more than that. Um, so we are kind of seeing the he hit signature buildings. We see all of that. Okay. Um, but there is something feeling like it's slightly missing from what we're used to seeing from Jim Lee. And so I just want to tell you, sometimes I don't think it's because, they're he's, just not purposely making his art the best as possible. I think that there's some things at some point in an artist's career that you're not going to be able to put in a million lines into a book to give it the exact look. Sometimes less is going to be more. So I do like the other Batmans also. I think that Batman Hush 2, maybe the story isn't as impactful as the first Batman Hush, but I do think the art hasn't really suffered just because the story isn't there. So hopefully I'll see some more, pages from this Batman 162, or I'm definitely going to purchase it this week. And so just go purchases at your local comic shop, and you guys let me know what you think in the comments below. All right, and don't forget to like and subscribe.